everybody, I'm Kimberly Turner from cookingwithkimberly.com, and tonight I'm going to show you how to make spaghetti with sausage, and I'm also going to use a little bit of pork belly. I got this beautiful sliced pork belly, and that's what we're going to start off with our sauce. In a large pot on my stove top, I have a whole pot of water coming to a boil. It has some salt in it and a bay leaf. Next, I'm going to chop this up, this pork belly slice. It's gorgeous. And this is going to give us a ton of flavor, hey Mom? Mm-hmm. Now, feel free to use pancetta, you can use prosciutto, you can use whatever you want. You could use chorizo here if you wanted to instead of an Italian sausage. Tonight I'm using a mild Italian sausage, and I'm using 3 lengths of it, because I think that's about all we'll really need. Dice these little pork belly pieces up, and we're going to render that fat and crisp them up a little bit. You like using pork belly, Mom?
Oh yeah, it's very tasty.
My whole life, I remember you using all kinds of different meats like that. Smoked bacons and things like that you would get at the deli.
Yeah.
Man. Into my pan goes the pork belly. In my pan, I have about 1 tablespoon of olive oil, just to make sure that nothing sticks. Now, tonight I'm using some mild Italian sausage, okay? Now, at this point, you can take it out of the casing if you want to and brown it up like ground meat, or you can cut it into chunks. And I'm going to cut it into chunks because some people might want to pick it out and not eat all of it, and some people may really want it. But if you have it all ground up in the sauce, then you're stuck with it, right? Giving everyone some options. Now, while I'm waiting, I'm going to chop up my sausages and the rest of my vegetables. I've chopped up some mushrooms. That looks like, I don't know, 2 cups worth-ish. I have some spaghetti squash that I've reserved. I baked some off tonight, and it's the same shape and size as the spaghetti that we're using. This will be stirred in at the end so that we can sneak in some extra nutrition when no one's looking. Slicing up a side of green pepper and a red pepper as well. I'm just gonna slice them and then dice them. Feel free to chop up some onions and some garlic if you like. We're not going to use that tonight, but by all means. You can either food process a carrot, or you can shred a carrot or grate a carrot. Sometimes I like to peel them. That's what I'm going to do tonight. I like to keep the skins on. It keeps the nutritional value up, guys. Oh, the nutrition's in the skin. Don't get rid of it. If it doesn't look ugly, keep it. So I'm just going to peel it into little pieces. I'd say that's about 1/2 cup of carrot. I also am going to use 1 large can, it's about 800 milliliters or 28 food ounces of plum tomatoes, whole tomatoes that I'm going to squeeze in for the sauce, okay? Browning up this bacon. So you got everything done by the time you're browning up your bacon. These little bits of bacon are rendering off some really nice fat that you're going to be able to use to cook everything. Now I'm going to cook the sausage and the bacon separately because the bacon and the sausage would cook at much different rates. So that's why I'm doing it. If you wanted to in a separate frying pan at this time, you can go ahead and brown up that sausage. I'm just gonna... The pork belly bacon, it's already nice and crisped up, and I'm just going to take that out of the pan and reserve that for the end. I'm going to save some of this bacon fat. Doesn't need to be in here. You only need about 1 tablespoon for the whole pan, and that's all I'm going to leave in. The rest you can save for something else. Reserve your bacon fat a little bit. Leave about 1 tablespoon. Now, I'm actually going to start these vegetables. I'm going to do the sausage in a separate pan just to keep things moving. Into the frying pan goes all my mushrooms, my peppers, and my carrots. We're going to stir them up until they're nice and tender. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of red chili flake, and I'm going to hold off on the salt until the mushrooms are done. If the pan looks dry, add a little bit more bacon fat, or you can add a little bit of olive oil. In a small frying pan, I'm just going to get these sausages browned up separately. You can use that bacon fat, or you can use a little bit of olive oil. Into the pan they go. My sausage is browning up nicely, and my vegetables are nice and softened up. Next thing's next. I'm going to put in this whole entire can of tomatoes. Now I'm going to use my hands to squeeze the big tomatoes down to little tiny pieces. It's all going to break down. You're going to let it simmer for a while, so don't worry. There's no better tools than your hands. Now, if you have fresh herbs, please use them. Fresh parsley, fresh basil, fresh thyme, fresh whatever kind of Italian herb you want, fresh oregano. I'm using a little bit of parsley today. That's the only thing fresh I have. And I'm going to use some extra Italian seasoning, some oregano, some basil. Dried will do in a pinch. Stir it all around with a little bit more pepper, a little pinch of sugar, and some salt. Not too much. Stir it all up and let it simmer until it thickens. I'm gonna start my pasta probably in about 10 minutes. As soon as your sausage is done and nice and browned up, set it to the side. Now when I'm making fresh homemade tomato sauce, I like to use a splatter guard on my frying pan because it likes to splatter everywhere. And if anyone who's ever cleaned a kitchen knows, spaghetti sauce is hard to get off. Keep bringing your water up to a boil for your spaghetti. Okay, my water's boiled and in goes my spaghetti. I've used about half of this package, so that's about 375 grams of spaghetti. This will serve 4 of us. Bring your water back up to a boil as fast as you can. So I usually put a lid on for a second. Once it comes back up to the boil, bring it down to a simmer and set your timer for about 8 or 9 minutes. That's when you want to start checking it. You want to stir it in between as you're walking through the kitchen. But it's going to go between 8 and 10 minutes to be al dente with just a little bit of bite in it. There's my timer. Check your pasta for doneness. Maybe 1 more minute. Stir up your sauce and make sure all is well and it's reduced enough. This is nice and thick. In fact, I might add just a little bit of the pasta water just before I'm ready to serve to thicken this back up here. My sausage is back up to heat. That pasta water has a little bit of the starch from the pasta, so it can thicken up your sauce, just like it would be like a gravy when you would add a little bit of flour. Bring that back up to the boil here, and it'll thicken it up nice to your pasta. The pasta is ready. The pasta is ready. I'm going to drain it. I'm going to turn it back to my pot. Take out these little bay leaves. Leave that here for a moment. I'm going to put the bacon bits right into my sauce now. Yeah, the sausages are ready. I'm going to drizzle this with a little bit of olive oil, extra virgin. Stir in your spaghetti squash. Toss that up. You want it to all mix in seamlessly. Keep stirring until you feel like it's adequately disguised. Now let's serve it up. I'm not going to mix it all together because everyone likes different amounts of everything. In my house, anyway. A little bit of pasta. This sauce looks beautiful. It's a Primavera sauce. Be hearty with this. Beautiful. Look at those chunks of vegetables on there. Now we're going to top it with some sausages. Nice. Look at that. What? This is going to be tasty. We're going to top this with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Just like I like. A little bit of chili flake. For me, anyway. Chop up some fresh parsley. Italian, of course. Sprinkle that on top. What could be nicer? Check this out, Mommy. Oh, that's beautiful. It sure is. That's what it looks like. Isn't that beautiful? So you have a spaghetti primavera with sausage. Now, you can use any kind of sausage you desire. Hot, spicy, or any kind. Any kind. I'm just going to leave it at that. Any kind you want. Alright, I'm going to taste this for you. Let's see how this tastes now. Oh, I need some freshly cracked black pepper for me. And lots of it. That's a bowl of pasta. Oh, boy. That looks so good. Oh, man. Ooh, that's hot, too. Look at that. Don't burn your mouth. I know. With those nice chunks of tomatoes. Oh, I can't wait. Yes, I can. I don't want to burn myself. Ready? With some sausage. You want this? Would you like some? Oh, I'll try a little bit. Well, that's how you do it. I hope Mom likes it. Make sure you check out her website at ingridturnertoday.com. Follow me on Twitter at Cooking with Kim, E with a capital E. Like the fan page at facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. My shows are on ifood.tv/cookingwithkimberly and youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly. And my site is cookingwithkimberly.com. That's it, that's all. Be a champion in your kitchen and eat deliciously. Bye. Give me some more. Oh, it is good.